This week at Housing on Ryan Out Loud, we got the Bank of Canada rates got up, 10-year record for listings in Sarnia, Lambton, the latest dream home in Petrolia, rent to own, and some capital projects for playgrounds here in Sarnia, Lambton. So let's start with the Bank of Canada rate. It raised it to 3.25% the other week. And really what that's going to say to most buyers is it's going to add $30 to $40 per month per $100,000 borrowed. So it's not going to make or break a lot of buyers. What it's going to do really is those higher end price ranges, we're seeing they've had the biggest effect on the higher interest rates. So, someone that could afford $1 million is now down to $750. It's also taken more first-time home buyers of the market, let's say, that could barely get in, especially as prices have gone up. So it'll be really interesting to see what that does to the market for the rest of the year and what's going to happen in the new year with rates. Will rates maybe go down? Only time will tell on that. So real estate listings hit a 10-year record here in Sarnia, Lambton as the housing market clears off. We also added this awesome story by Blackburn News there, talking a little bit more of that and giving you some more details on that as well. So latest dream home in Petrolia looks fantastic. Check it out. They want to raise $500,000. Will they do it? What do you guys think? And also, I love the new dream home they got in Brights Grove on Orchard as well. More news will be coming on that as well. So rent to own, is it a good idea or a bad idea? What position does it put people in? If the rent to own is done properly, I've seen it be a really good way for people to get in the housing market. But that's why you have to be really careful on to make sure it's done properly, because I've seen people where it actually really set them back in home ownership, the rent to own process as well. Because some rent to own people out there that do it or have great intentions, they want to see the buyer succeed. There's also rent-to-owns out there, companies that their intention really is to hope that the buyer doesn't succeed so they can just keep their money in their down payment. So rent-to-own, here's an article below about it. Just be very careful. Talk to a lawyer ahead of time. Just don't sign things about that. See, what's the exit, what's the buy strategy, how's it look if you need extensions. Just protect yourself, do some research and due diligence. It's very easy for someone that wants home ownership to get excited about the idea of it and just jump right into it blindly and then just say, oh, that was not a good idea, then maybe have to regret it as well. So we got some great capital projects here in Sarnia coming for playgrounds as well. We put the list of them here below. But, we recently had Tecumseh Park that was done. So we got developments like Centennial Park, City's Waterfront, Germain Park. Great stuff there as well. Mike Weir Park, I put the article below in there. What do you guys think? Do you think we're on track to do this right? Do you think there should be other playgrounds that are on? And also the Canadian government has announced a $2 billion funding for new home initiatives with the focus on the rent-to-own programs too. So that kind of ties into what we were talking about as well. The government's hoping to create 17,000 new homes here. And I don't think they're on track already. Do you think they're going to do it or what? And again, back to the rent to own, do you think that's the right way to do it? And let's go back to George Hayes and I's weekly interview we do about the Sarnia Lambton real estate market. We saw 37 homes sell, 18 come off the market, last week at this time, last year at this time for the last week. And then for this year in 2022, we saw 19 price reductions, 57 new listings, 23 conditionals, 42 sales, and 22 come off the market. So we're still seeing the market stay pretty strong here in Sarnia Lambton. We haven't seen the price reductions here or the market lose value like we've seen in Toronto and Vancouver. So it's very important to make sure when you're listening to the news that those numbers are factored Toronto and Vancouver, which are some of the biggest housing markets in North America and especially in Canada. So, but we look at Sarnia Lambton, the average price has only gone down by under 1%, and we're still seeing homeowners get 96% of their average, their ask price on asking. So love to hear any comments, any feedback on this. Thanks for watching this week on Housing on Ryan Out Loud, and we'll catch you next time.